I clapped and I hadn't even turned my mic on. Welcome back, everybody. It's me. Hey, look, I got this for Christmas. How cool is that? No, it's not merch. My brother and his sister-in-law and the family put some thought into this, and it means a lot. And I haven't worn it, but this song is the reason why I've worn this shirt, because it's just this band that I've grown deeply interested in, especially this album Operation Mindcrime. And I got asked this morning, about an hour ago, Alan, please can you react to The Eyes of a Stranger from QueensRyche? And in that moment, I was having a cup of tea and I thought, of course I can. It was such a simple and polite request. Everybody's polite on the channel. Trust me, guys, even when you criticize me, say you missed that bit, it's all for naught. I love the information everyone gives me on this channel. It's phenomenal because I love music and I want to deeply understand songs that mean something. Throwaway songs are cool. Pop songs throwaway can be cool. They give you that McDonald's sense of, oh, that was satiated my appetite, but an hour later you forgot all about the McDonald's and you want to go and have something meaningful. And I suspect this is going to be a meaningful song with Jeff Tate singing the lyrics, and just everything about this band. It strikes me as I wish I'd discovered them at the time I should have done, and I didn't. So anyway, I've waffled long enough. This is QueensRyche, Eyes of a Stranger from Operation Mindcrime. It's the official music video from their channel. Get yourself subscribed to QueensRyche, because it's a shame you're missing out. Genuinely missing out. Yep, really are. So, someone just interrupted on my phone. So without much further ado, it's QueensRyche, Eyes of a Stranger. Stranger. What an opening. Doesn't it just get you? You're straight in. It's early on a Saturday morning here and I'm head bobbing. Looking at the video, it's stylized, but I'm immediately drawn to Jack Nicholson's character, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and it's that hospital environment. I know the protagonist is Nicky, the main character. This is where he is. But I really want to listen to this song some more and really get into it. So I'm not going to interrupt for at least a couple of minutes. Don't get bored. Watch the song and think about it, because I'm going to be.
All alone now, except for the memories of what we had and what we knew. Every time I try to leave it behind me, I see something that reminds me of you. Every night the dreams return to haunt me, your rosary wrapped around your throat. I lie awake and sweat, afraid to fall asleep. I see your face looking back at me. Looking back at me. And I raise my head and stare into the eyes of a stranger. I've always known that
a solo coming, so I'm going to pull it back. That you heard that's the solo, and I want beautiful guitar player, Generos. So Jeff Tate's, we can go and we can really sort of beautifully accept Jeff Tate's vocal ability and the inflections in his voice, the way he delivers, his presence in the video. That it's just that always gives me something. And live, it's the same. But the song itself, obviously this is about Nikki, the main character, and this is, I think, the end of Operation Mindcrime, and it's an album so far. It's really it's constructed to look at the world through the eyes of someone who's an addict, who's suffering mental illness, is become an assassin, has been literally brainwashed. And I think the church thing threw me off a little bit because I was looking for what was going on, and it's the mirror, the mirror, the mirror so far, and that's bringing some thoughts into my head. Why the mirror? Why the eyes of a stranger? Why stare at yourself? What's that about? What's he telling me? Because this song isn't a pop song. They don't do pop songs. They do songs with meaning, and I love songs with meaning because they give me something to hold on to. And I think they give you something to go, wow, I get it. It's deep and it resonates with you. And if you're a QueensRyche fan or just a fan of music, you should be listening to what he's saying as well. Enjoy the music, the beauty in the voice. I'm going to enjoy the guitar solo and the presentation of the video, but your brain just is pinging all over the place when you listen to songs like this. And it really does with me. It's the mirror, the almost self-loathing, the lack of identity. But what does that mean? And I'm coming up with some ideas, and I think at the end, I've got something that you might say, what the hell are you talking about? But it's in my head, and I'm going to tell you what it is at the end. It's what I call the synthesis, is the pulling together of everything I've heard. But just listen to those vocals and the delivery of the song and the character, at what stage he is in that album, because it's a concept album. But let's pull it back and get, because this is a solo, I can tell. Yeah. Wow, what a song. What a song. Thank you. You know who you are. You recommended me this morning at 6:20 GMT. Oh wow, so much in that song. But when I was listening to it, do you ever listen to songs and go, that's bringing back another song in my head, then I want to go and listen to again? And that song is The Cult, Edie, Ciao Baby. I did a reaction to that because it's a fascinating song. Beautiful, it's a beautiful commentary on the Andy Warhol, that whole thing, that whole thing of the lifestyle of someone who just is effervescent. But it's the guitar solo is beautiful. But yeah, the Cold TD Chow Baby, go and listen to it. It's such a good track. But getting back to this one, I'm listening all the way through and I'm trying to relate it to the concept of the album, but I'm drawn to the mirror. And there's a psychoanalyst, French psychoanalyst, Jacques Lacan, and I'm no academic, but I have read a little bit of lots of different things because I've studied I've studied psychology, and I've studied trait factor personalities, and that's part of my work in life to so what makes people make decisions and how they think about that. But anyway, I'm wondering. So it's the mirror, and Jacques Lacan was saying basically that when a child, a newborn baby, in its development stages, first looks into the mirror, that's that first moment where they get the unified separate identity and the self-actualization process of you becoming the person you think you need to be begins in the mirror, when you look into the mirror. Now, the true psychoanalyst, the academic, are probably going to rip me to bits, but it's basically, when you look in the mirror, who do you see? Are you looking through the eyes of a stranger, or do you see yourself? And he says that in here. Yeah, he says I don't know if they did it deliberately, but that's exactly what I'm reading into this song. That the character, he's tried to actualize his life, but all the way through the socioeconomics, the politics, being brainwashed, the politicization, society, and the key word here is, all I want is the same as everyone. Why am I here, and for how long? When you go back to Lacan, that is the self-actualization. Who am I? Why am I here? There's lots of other psychoanalysts talk about that. But it's powerful. It makes this song have so much more gravity for me. Because through all the drug use, the everything, what he becomes at the end of all of that, he realizes when he looks through the eyes of a stranger, him, into the mirror, he's just been let down. He's lied to himself. He's been lied to. He's failed his life completely. That's what I'm reading. Now, I know that album has more to it than that, but I'm looking at the song through the eyes of that. And it's, now I could be completely wrong, but it's fascinating for me to have dragged that into my brain about Lacan. Go read it. It's very interesting. Doesn't mean he's right, doesn't mean he's wrong, but it's really interesting. It's kind of, if you stood in front of the mirror with you and a friend, how do they see you and how do you see them? Because they're looking you through they're seeing you through the eyes of a stranger. They are the stranger in essence. And how do they see you? And when you look at you, how do you see you? It's look in a mirror and just think, because people don't look in mirrors very often. Have a shave, swing in a mirror on a Saturday night, you're all dressed up, ready to go. But you never really look at the mirror for what it tells you. And it's fascinating because it can be a painful thing to do, and that's why this song is so painfully brilliant. God, I'm so glad I got recommended this song this morning. Yeah, I could ramble on, but the whole thing, as I raise my head and stare into the eyes of a stranger, it's him, he's looking at himself. That's what I believe. I've always known that the mirror never lies. And there's the thing, the camera never lies, or the camera had £10. That's just mirrored. Everything can be viewed through the lens of a camera or at a mirror or through your television screen. They're all just reflections. And that's all in there. Beautiful vocals, beautiful music. Jeff Tate delivers that in a less, it's a more fundamental delivery. It's not high pitched. He does get those high pitched vocals, but he wants you to hear every word. The enunciation is perfect. Anyway, I'm going on because QueensRyche fans are probably going to say shut up, and I'm going to say shut up because these videos, when they're too long, nobody watches them. But if you stuck with me till the end, and you've got some ideas about what I've said, or you think, Alan, shut up, you're talking rubbish. Did you like my shirt? What my brother and your wife got me for Christmas? I think it's great. Guys, that was phenomenal. QueensRyche, Eyes of a Stranger. Till next time, take care.